I bought a Cricut after watching a lot of YouTube videos and reading reviews and just gathering information. And when I found out that Cricut could import your custom designs and import a DXF file, it seemed like the best choice. So I started using it and found it extremely difficult and tedious to use. And I talked to tech support and used their expertise to try to tweak my DXF to try to get it to work. And I spent hours and hours and hours doing that. And I finally got something that was workable, but the process itself is still extremely tedious, requires over 100 mouse clicks, and takes about 9 minutes for a moderately intricate design. So in the video, I'll show you what that process is, and then also I downloaded the Silhouette software, and I just wanted to see if there really was any difference in the software, because there was no point in returning the Cricut and getting a Silhouette Cameo if the software really wasn't any better. So that's why I downloaded the software and decided to try it out. So to import a DXF in Cricut, first click New Project, click Upload, click Upload Image, click Browse, and it will go to the place you've last gone on the web, not where you've last worked on Cricut, so it does not remember that. Okay, click Save. Alright, now click that and insert image. Okay, so it says it's a very large size. Okay, first thing you have to do is ungroup everything. Okay, now you need to select the design part, and I group that together. This is already a group, these are not a group. Okay, so group that together. Now there's no differentiation and the original colors are not there, so I just have to find it in the list. So now this is the one that's cut because it's one single cut, and that's the only one that's already a cut, and it comes in as one item, but the rest of it comes in as many different layers. So now all of those have to be changed individually. So this is my design portion, so it needs to be written. So I'm changing the layer attribute to right for every single piece, because there is no way of doing it all at once. I know that I need to score twice if I'm going to get a score that's actually deep enough to fold. So I have to duplicate that layer or that group. And so now I've duplicated that group. One thing also I've been struggling with is I can't see this right layer. It disappears when I put these together. So with the cut, is there anything I can do? Let's just try making it yellow or pink, So I'm going to select all, align left, align top. Okay, so you do have to change it from black if you want to be able to see your design behind the cut. So that way you can actually see that everything is still aligned and makes sense. So my paper is 12 inches. Now I'm going to say make it. Of course it didn't like that, but that's the process. To import a DXF in Silhouette, File, Open, click the file. You can open a DXF. And I like to just go to Send and go ahead and set up my scores and everything. And you can do action by line. So it keeps the original colors of my design. I did it that way to make it easy visually, and it keeps that. So I'm able to just quickly change from sketch, cut, and score on each part of it by color. And I can even change the passes of the score to 2. So if I go back to design, select all the elements in the design and tell it to align top. Now I have my cut, write, and score all on top of each other, and it's ready to send to the Cameo, which unfortunately I don't have. Even when I imported a file that had an artifact in it in Cricut, it did not show up as an artifact in the Silhouette software. So instead of taking 9 minutes, it took 1 minute, and it was extremely intuitive, and every time I go in and try to do it again, it's just natural. And then when I try to use the Cricut, I'm still kind of fumbling around at what am I supposed to do again, even though I've used it for hours and hours and hours, much more than the Silhouette software. So I did return my Cricut, thankfully, and I'm hoping to get a Cameo, but they have gone off sale and now they're $50 to $100 more. So I'm not sure when I'll actually be able to send my design over and see how it does. One thing that's been holding me back is that they don't have a scoring tool. Basically, you can choose score, but what it does, I think, is perforates or puts a slight cut, so it still uses the blade, and that concerns me because I definitely do not want to cut through the paper. I just want to score it. I wrote to Silhouette technical support to see if they have a scoring tool, or kind of hoping that they would say, well, we have a scoring tool in the works, or we know of this alternative that works, but basically they said, sorry, we don't have a scoring tool. So the fact that they don't have that, and that's such an important part of what I'm trying to do, basically makes me feel like the Cameo is not the right tool and the Cricut's not the right tool. It just seems kind of silly to come up with workarounds to not having a scoring tool. Like, why wouldn't they just offer a scoring tool? And I also asked, do the Cricut tools work in the Cameo? And they did not respond to that. So maybe there's some other product out there that's better for me. So if you guys know of something, please post it in the comments. Thanks.